Hello, I'm Reverend Tomas Garzan. Welcome back to the continuing video series right here with A Course in Miracles. Yeah, we have done so much. It's amazing to me that this exists, for starters, that we have the tremendous opportunity to come together and study this extraordinary thought system, this extraordinary material together. And it's amazing every time. This is not my first time through the workbook for students, and maybe it's not for you either. It's always interesting, and it makes me feel very grateful that we have the opportunity to do this every time that we approach the end. And well, that's exactly what we're approaching. In other words, we're approaching the beginning. Because is the end really the end? Surely by lesson 341, which we'll cover today, surely you've arrived at the realization in life that when you finish something, you in fact start all over again. It's not, in fact, the end. And the way I like to think about this, you may find this helpful, is an artist or a musician never arrives, right? You don't ever truly arrive as an artist or a musician, because when you tell yourself that you do, when you tell yourself that you have, that's when the creative spark goes out, isn't it? That's when the growth simply stops. So to the extent that that is helpful for you, know when you finish this round of the workbook for students, you will not be finished with this material. As long as even one person exists in this world believing that they're cut off and separate, none of us will be through with the need for this material. Now, we may have what look like individual awakenings along the way. Yes, in time, that's the way of it. That's the way it has been and will continue to be. But we're not ever truly through with this until there is no more need. No more need. So lesson 341 embarks on a series of 10 lessons where, as you'll recall, the overarching idea that we're considering, all 10 of these lessons are designed to help answer the question, what is a miracle? All right, what is a miracle? I would invite you to think about that. This is worth pondering as you go through the material here in this course, isn't it? So lesson 341 reads, I can attack but my own sinlessness. And it is only that which keeps me safe. I can attack but my own sinlessness. And it is only that that keeps me safe. It's exactly as it sounds. We've got everything completely backwards. It's backwards right here in the world, isn't it? We attack that which keeps us safe. We deny that which keeps us invulnerable. Our own sinlessness. There is no sin. God does not have an ego to be offended, and we are all one with him. There is no sin. There is no one to transgress against. We have no opponent. There's no other with whom we would do pitched battle. There is no one out there to oppose. Truth. Now, we don't have to believe that in the present moment. You may not believe that at all. You may think that I'm completely full of shit, and that's quite all right. There was a time where if I had heard myself record that, I would have said, yeah, I'm full of shit too. Because the ego doesn't want to believe that. And we each find ourselves where we are, right? So if you're deeply questioning these statements of truth from this course, good, good. Keep the questioning coming. Keep it coming, because no one ever should be out to foist belief upon you. It's not helpful in spirituality, in life in general, is it? If someone says, here, believe this because it's the way, the only way. How's that go down, right? A number of us came to A Course in Miracles or a different spiritual tradition than the one we were raised in, precisely because people engaged in that attitude and in that treatment of everyone, ourselves included. They dictated and issued dogmatic statements saying this is the only way. People must attend our particular building from 11 to 12 on Sunday, and sometimes 7 to 8 on Sunday. And if you really want to go to heaven and curry some real favor with the Almighty, then you'll come at 7:30 on Wednesday as well. And when they pass that collection basket around, you know what to do. A number of us are from a background precisely like this. I am. I attended 2 fundamentalist Christian churches growing up. The first one my parents left, the second one I left when I got my driver's license. I refused to continue to attend. And this is one of the reasons why. Now, if you follow a Christian tradition and it is something that is uplifting for you, then good. I invite you to continue to do it, because there is a fundamental core of truth and love and extraordinary helpfulness to all world spiritual traditions, all of them. Why? Well, we're all headed to the same place, so to speak. They all converge. A way I like to look at this is they're all different doors for different people. And A Course in Miracles does not require you to ditch one in favor of another. Nobody can really make you do that anyway, can they? You're not required to swallow what I'm saying or what Jesus is saying or anyone else, whether it's Ken Wapnick or Gary Renard or someone that's written extensively about this course. You're not required to gum down, chew up, and make palatable anything that someone tells you. The question is, as you hear these statements again and again, perhaps from different people, do they resonate with you, and what keeps you coming back to listen to them? How about that? Yeah. What keeps you clicking play on this YouTube channel? Maybe that's something that we all would do very well to think about. Well, it is something that we would do very, very well to think about, is what is it deep down inside of you that keeps you coming back? You don't have to believe, just flat believe anything that I'm telling you, or any spiritual teacher for that matter. There's nothing special about me. You are asked here in A Course in Miracles simply to be very honest with yourself. How's that working? That's what we each find extraordinarily difficult sometimes, isn't it? To be completely honest with ourselves and work on the material, practice the day's idea. That's all we're asked to do, in the workbook. That's all Jesus or anyone could ever ask of us. Belief is not foisted upon you from without, ever. It cannot be. Now, in the context of today's idea in the workbook, it's pretty clear when we take a look and examine human life, not just yours, not just mine, but human life in general. It's pretty clear that we sabotage ourselves. This idea, lesson 341, simply makes that clear, doesn't it? Our sinlessness keeps us safe. This is one of the ways that you could think about the passage that we're created in the image of God. Yes, like extends like. It can only extend itself. Do that verbal math. I know you have been, right? Of course you have been. What could be more obvious? What could be more obvious in this world than the very thing that we deny? Our own perfection, our own sinlessness, our own transcendence, if you prefer, our own limitlessness, never-ending love, boundlessness, joy, magnificence, all that. Not anointing the separate ego as that. The ego doesn't exist. These are all statements of truth, and that's why I just wandered off into the realm of no one is going to force you at the point of a sword or a gun to believe them. No one is going to arrive at your door and force you to ditch all of the spiritual traditions that you currently enjoy and practice. One of the great things about A Course in Miracles is that it is a self-study curriculum, meaning you can take whatever you wish to take at any given time. Really, that's what that means. It means you can use this as a standalone spiritual practice. This can serve, and it does for many people. I'm one of them. This can serve as the basis for your own spirituality, your own walk, your own journey. Or it can augment a practice that you already have. If you're comfortable with your current spiritual traditions, keep them by all means, please. There are many people who use the ideas from this workbook, from the text, from the manual, from A Course in Miracles in general, right? There are many people that use these ideas to enhance their own walk, to enhance their own understanding, and to go deeper with a spiritual tradition that they currently practice. That is well worth your while. So whichever scenario you find yourselves in, or perhaps you're simply examining this material out of curiosity, wondering if you should invest your time and effort to go deeper with it. Now, if you're asking yourself that question, there is a part of you that knows that you will do that. We all will do that. It is our destiny, in fact, to awaken. None of us can forever put that off. We can delay it for what seems like forever. We can even delay it for an entire lifetime or more. Now, whether you are an adherent to the idea of rebirth and multiple lifetimes or not doesn't really matter. Right? If you're not, then the idea is not going to be helpful to you. Just think about your current lifetime. You can delay until it ends, can't you? You can. This is a choice that will not and cannot be taken from us. No one is forcing anything upon you. Yet, what is it? Great question. What is it deep down that keeps you returning to this material? What is it that keeps you sitting and meditating? What is it that keeps you coming back to your prayers, your hymns, your devotional, your services, right? Ceremonies, if you have them, if you practice them. Doesn't matter the spiritual tradition, does it? We all feel that pull. It's the call. Everyone hears it. Everyone hears it. Few will answer. In fact, we'll all answer ultimately. And perhaps you've answered it in this lifetime. My suspicion is that you have, or you're about to, or you wouldn't be sticking with me on this video series where the videos now number more than 450, and I'm going to keep recording them. Why? Because I don't know who may be watching. It's imperative that I do that. This is part of my own calling, my own path, so to speak. And we all hear that call from deep down inside to go deep. It's a call to come home, in a manner of speaking, isn't it? It's a call to awaken. Our sinlessness is guaranteed by God. It's who we are. And here in the world, it's that would protect us. Yet in our dazed and confused state, it's only that we attack. So let us drop our defenses. Our defenselessness, our sinlessness, in fact, is our strength. Let us drop the attack today. It may seem like we're attacking another political party across the aisle. We're attacking ourselves. It may seem that we're judging a human being that we deem despicable. We're judging ourselves. There's no one out there, no other. Only self, capital S, capital S. So I invite you to allow that statement to sink in as much as you can, which may be extensively, and perhaps it's not at all. You'll hear it again, and not necessarily from me. You'll hear it again because the call is universal. There is that thing. It's not a thing, but there is something deep down inside all of us that yearns to know our own face, so to speak. We're all hearing the call all the time. The question is, do we answer it? So I invite you to answer it. And if you would like to discuss this lesson or any of the lessons in A Course in Miracles, I do want to, of course, extend the invitation, as always, to you to reach out to me. Feel welcome to subscribe to this YouTube channel, Tomas Garza, and feel welcome also, if you've come from Enlightened World Network, to subscribe to their channel as well. This is on 2 different YouTube channels, and I'm very happy to offer it in more than one place, because there are people out there that need this message. Perhaps you do, perhaps you know someone who does. Send them my way. Feel welcome to email me with questions. Feel welcome to visit my website. That's tomasgarza.com. And the email address is Tomas, Tomas, at tomasgarza.com. There are excellent ways where you can reach out with your questions. This is what I'm here for. I'm very grateful to you for showing up, for listening to that call. And I'm grateful to you for answering it. Whether you've answered it right now or not, you're going to. You are. You're going to. I just know it. And so do you, more importantly. So I invite you to do just that. Know who you really, truly are. Thank you so much for joining.